Hi, my name is Pablo Zabaleta and I welcome you to this video where we will be covering the supplement to Chapter 6, which covers some aspects of a statistical process control. Our outline for this session covers variations, types of the statistical control processes results, the central limit theorem, statistical control process itself, what it is, and then we go on to the process boundaries, the different types of charts, some measures, the CPK measures, and finally we will go to the management issues and control charts, and to close with how process variability is systematically reduced. Before we delve deeper into this, please allow me to present to you a reminder that comes out from Charles Staples Lewis, The Screwtape Letters. I highly recommend that book. It's a book, letters from an old devil to a young one, about ways to tempt humanity. And it goes thus: active habits are strengthened by repetition, but passive ones are weakened. The more often he feels without acting, the less he will be able ever to act, and in the long run, the less he will be able to feel. That is, if you do not act properly and promptly each and every single time, it will hinder you in the future. Actually, you're making the decision to not be able to act. So that's something to consider for those who tend to say, I'm a procrastinator, I'm a big procrastinator. Bull. It's not worth it, and it doesn't work in the operations scheme. And this book is from 1876 or something thereabouts. It's from the Victorian age. So now let's talk a little bit about variations. Variations. There are two types of variations. The first type is natural variations. They are so called because they are attributable to an unidentified or random causes. But as long as we keep our product within the specified limits, the established standards, okay, we can live with them. And there are the other ones, the assignable or attributable variations. Okay, in this case we know where they come from. We don't care too much about where they come from, but since we know about them, we will always try, within economic reason of course, to eliminate these causes. So, with assignable or attributable causes, variations, we try to eliminate them within reason. With natural, as long as it doesn't hinder our product's specifications, we can live with them. Always remember the curse of variability. Variability is something that hinders operations, and we should strive to eliminate it as much as possible. Now, let's talk a little bit about the types of statistical control processes results. First, we have the group that is completely out of control. And why do we talk about that? Let me get the pen. As you can see, there are large swaths of our products that are completely out of specifications. It doesn't matter that this shaded area is within specifications. There's too much lost materials and resources being thrown out here. So this is a process that's completely out of control. Then we have a group that is under control but what we call unable. Why? because we have these two ranges, as you can see, that are out of bounds, outside our specifications. Again, this is not acceptable. Yes, it is under control. Most of the process is within parameters, and its averages or means are here, hidden it in the middle. Yes, perfect. But there's all this and all this that's outside. We don't want that. Finally, we have a process that's under control and capable. This is our objective, always. We try to get our process to do exactly what we want. Then we're talking about a process that's under control and that is capable. One of the tools that we tend to use a lot is the central limit theorem, which states that if you have a sufficiently large population, its mean and standard deviation will conform to a normal curve. Or if you want it more in a visual manner, we have this. We have, it doesn't matter what form, what shape of the population we really have. As long as we have a sufficiently large population, then its behavior will be normal. That's the central theorem. That's the central theorem affirmation, and it helps a lot. Why? Because then we can use mathematical tools. Remember that for the statistical process control, the statistical control processes, we had our target value, which is in red in the graph, and we had an upper control limit in blue and a lower control limit in green. And all those values that happened within those control limits were acceptable. And those who were outside, were out of range, those were not acceptable. Our lesson will continue in the next video.